what's up, my know-it-alls? Yes, it is another review with Baby Know-it-all and Boyfriend Know-it-all. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, and we ended up watching the Minecraft movie. Not together, though. He went with his friends, and then I went with my dad. So, with that being said, yeah. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was a dope movie. I kind of went into it not really expecting much because when you make a live action and an animated movie from a pixelated cube game, I'm not really expecting it to be anything serious because I grew up playing Minecraft. I think me and my boys are we're gonna like make a Minecraft realm just for fun and stuff like that. So I wasn't expecting anything when the first preview I saw was Jack Black as Steve.
Yeah,
I
wasn't expecting much out of that either, honestly, because you don't, like, with all due respect, you don't see Steve as Jack Black, but then again, like, who could you possibly see Steve as?
Yeah.
And so for those who, like, don't know what Minecraft is, Steve is the main character, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because when I first saw it, when the Minecraft movie was announced, I remember probably a year or two ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. But it was just a tweet on Twitter just said a Minecraft movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get like a live animated movie, just a completely animated movie. Because I thought that it was just going to be how they had like the style of the movie without the animated characters. And then I saw the cast list and then I thought it was going to be like in the Super Mario movie, kind of like that style,
Right.
where it's just animated with the voice actors. I was like, Steve as Jack Black, that's going to be really funny. And then I saw the first preview where Jack Black was Steve, and that went through me for a loop. It got a couple good laughs out of me.
Yeah. I think for me, like, I kind of, like, I knew it was coming out, but I didn't realize it was coming out, if that makes sense. Like, I knew, like, it was coming, and then, like, all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure you texted me, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see the Minecraft movie. I was like, wait, it's, like, out already? Like, when I was younger, I played Minecraft. I have an entire world, you can ask him, and it's just full of different things. I made, what are some crazy things I made in there? I made, like, okay, just, you can make anything in Minecraft, so just anything you can think of, I probably made it. Anyways. But, I was like, yeah, like, I'm excited that it's coming out. Something I will say, though, and this is by the way, I mean, I did the Barbie review. You remember that. Something I will say that Minecraft did that I feel like Barbie didn't is just kind of, like, be fun in its own way. Like, it wasn't trying to, like, share a message or anything. And, like, that's fine. Like, no shade to, like, Barbie, because I loved the Barbie movie. But I think what Minecraft was just trying to do is just be fun, like have a nice, fun movie for someone to enjoy, not shove like a message or something down your face. Like literally, I went there and was happy the entire time.
Yeah, the movie was definitely. I think what made it so good, like if you look at it from a critical point of view, it is probably an awful movie.
Yeah,
the animation,
absolutely.
The animation is really cool. My only issue with the animation is at the very, very beginning of the movie when Steve first enters the Minecraft realm, which is called the Overworld. You can easily tell that it's just a guy standing in front of a green screen. That was my only issue with the animation. After that, you couldn't tell anything. That was my only issue. But from a critical standpoint, it probably wasn't that good of a movie. But I think from all the internet memes and the popularity generated from the name of the movie, and just like the fact that they made the movie so good from a fanatical standpoint because they played into the dumbness.
Yeah.
They knew it was a dumb idea when they pitched it, probably, so they wanted to play into it. Like, you can't write Jack Black as Steve from Minecraft, not animated, with the garbage man Garrison, played by Jason Momoa, in a fully animated movie, like, and not just laugh at it. So I think the director and everybody who made this movie was absolutely trying to play into the movie.
Something's stuck on your phone.
But I think allowing them to play into the joke of it being a movie allowed the movie just to be fun. Like, for the past couple months, there's been plenty of memes coming out. Like, to name a few, is just whenever the whole scene of everybody goes into the overworld, and they finally meet Steve. He goes, "I am Steve, and something like that. And you had another scene where Steve goes Flint Steel and Chicken Jockey, all these stupid little memes that were going popular on TikTok and Twitter is what really played into it. And I think with my personal experience, I don't know how your theater was, but my entire theater was playing into the movie. Anytime Jack Black said any one of those lines, the entire like theater went nuts. My friend recorded a video.
Send that to John.
Yeah, I will. So my friend recorded a video in the movie theater when the whole chicken jockey scene. So there is a rare occasion in Minecraft where a chicken will generate into the world with a baby zombie on top of it. It's really fast and it'll really hurt you. In the movie, Jason Momoa's character is having to fight one in like a WWE style fight ring. And when the zombie drops on the chicken, Steve just goes, Chicken Jockey. The entire theater just gets up. We're all clapping and screaming. It was like, that's what made this movie.
Yeah.
Is the fact that they made a fun movie. Like, so many movies as of late are just trying to be this critical critique on like the world or society. There's not really any fun movies made anymore. Like she was talking about the Barbie movie earlier. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed watching it, but it played into the feministic movements. Feministic movements. I'm gonna redo that. She watched the Barbie movie and I watched it too, and it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
But like it played heavily into the feministic movements. It wasn't made to be a fun movie. Unlike the Minecraft movie, there was no societal issues like talked about it. There was no like any.
I think the like only thing that they talked about really was just like, oh, like be creative.
Yeah.
Like be creative. It's okay. You don't have to run away to like another world. Just be creative. And like I feel like that's okay. And like with that being said, like you were saying, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you were saying how like yours was playing into it, something for me, because I went on earlier time, there were a lot of kids in my movie theater, and I found that more. I just slapped myself in the face. I find that more refreshing, honestly, because Minecraft has been around for 15 years now. They just hit their 15-year mark, and because it's been around for like that amount of time and they're still like younger kids. Like I'm talking like how old are we? I'm talking about like maybe half our age. I'm talking about like half our age, maybe a little older. And they're still playing it. And they still found like a lot of things. Like even though they weren't playing into the meme per se, like they were like, no, like they were like when the Iron Golem, oh wait, no. Either when like the main character, in two instances, when the villager went through the portal and went into our world or whatever, like, the kids were like, no, like, don't do that, like, and, like, obviously, like, sometimes kids don't know, like, manners, but at the same time, it's the Minecraft movie, like, grown adults were yelling, like, chicken dog, you know what I'm saying? So, like, with that being said, like, I found that more refreshing that there's another generation that loves Minecraft, and it's not just, like, something that's in the past, like, something that's washed up, like, every generation can enjoy Minecraft, like, me and Mr. Know-It-All, like, at one point, we ended up playing Minecraft together because that was like a way we can bond. So that's now younger kids our age and now adults who can enjoy like Minecraft.
I mean, yeah, because I grew up playing Minecraft. Me and my sister, we created a whole world in creative. I actively played survival. I beat the Ender Dragon multiple times. I finished the game multiple times.
Not to toot my own horn, but toot.
But nah, like there's so much to do. Like the whole point of the movie, like you said, the issue involved was creativity. Is that's the point of the game, is to be creative. So you want to start talking about like some individual parts in the movie. I want to start off with one critique of the movie though is I feel like the whole subplot with the
Are you talking about
the pig lady? What are they called? Don't cut this out. I'm trying to remember.
Piglets?
Yeah, Piglet. So one of the big parts about the subplots of the Piglin Queen, I forgot her name, but it just kind of felt like that was the whole point of the movie, but she felt like she had a lot of wasted potential. Like she could have been used a lot more than she ended up being used for. Like she just kind of felt like she was just kind of
I think I talked to you about it. I was like, why didn't they just like do the end.
Yeah.
Basically, if for those who don't play Minecraft, the end is so the same way they went into the Nether portal, the end is a different portal where you can beat the Ender Dragon, and like that's like a huge dragon that you get. That I don't know. You beat the game if you beat the Ender Dragon, okay? And so part of me just kind of thought that they were gonna go to the end and do that, but they actually went to the Nether. And so, like, even at that, like, in the game, like, you don't have to beat anything in the Nether, do you?
Well, technically, in order, you have to go to the Nether to get things called blaze rods that you.
So then you can.
So then you use
Okay.
those to get to the end.
Well, with that being said, like, I agree with you. I feel like there was maybe some wasted potential there.
I like the one dude though. He was funny.
Which one?
The guy that was supposed to be big and mean, and he was like a really softy.
Like, why would you do that?
I loved it. He was funny.
Dear?
Yeah, he was funny.
Okay. So personally for me, I'm gonna talk about it, and some people might think this is a hot take. I've had the whole villager with what's her face?
Jennifer Coolidge. I thought it was so funny.
It was so cute.
I thought it was so
It
funny.
was so funny. Like,
Gets hit by the car.
well, literally, like, okay, just for reference, the subplot was Jennifer Coolidge falling in love with a villager. I can't make that up. And literally, like, they fall in love, and, like, at the end of the movie, like, because villagers, they talk in villager, and they go, huh. And literally by the end of the movie, they are, what do you call it? He knows English, and she knows villager, and, like, they fall in love, and they're, like, gonna get married. And, like, literally, I thought it was so cute. And, like, some people were like, there was no reason to have that. You're absolutely right. There was no reason to have it, but it was funny.
There's no reason to have the whole movie, but
There's no reason to have the whole movie.
I think my favorite part with that was when the waitress comes up to them during dinner, and she was like, "Are you finished?" It's like, "No, I think he's Swedish." That was so funny.
I liked the mushroom house. The mushroom house was so cute. I loved it. That was, like, so cottagecore. It was great.
And the whole thing about the end, for those who don't know, the characters, whenever they had those elytras, which are the wings they used to fly, those are only things you can find in the end. So technically, in order to have those scenes still be in the movie, that means he technically would have already had to have beaten the Ender
Well,
Dragon.
he did say that he beat the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
He was like, well, not like I defeated an Ender Dragon for the Ender Pearl. Was it the Ender Pearl?
You get the Ender Egg.
Well, he was like, oh, it's not like I defeated.
No, oh, you're thinking, oh, he killed an Enderman.
Okay, you know what? I'll just say it. The end credit scene, I personally like the end credit scene. I think I liked it a little more than you did.
I mean, because a lot of people were saying, oh, you gotta stay for the end credit scene, oh, you gotta stay for the end credit scene. All it did was just introduce the back of Alex, which is another playable character model in Minecraft. Not that big of a subplot. I mean, technically that means that it can lead. Excuse me. Her being in that subplot technically can mean that she will eventually be in a part 2 or like a second movie. So that means that there will be a part 2.
Yeah, but I think I personally liked it because obviously I'm a girl and, you know, I wanted to play as a girl and not Steve. But I don't know. I loved that. And I love the way they did it. It was like, oh, like you used to own this house and all that stuff. So I thought it was like super cute. I love the movie, man. It was great. Oh my gosh, Dennis.
Oh, the dog?
They like drug that out. And I'm so okay. You know what? Okay. That part didn't make sense to me. How like when the dog left, you know, brought the like cube or whatever, and it came back. It came back as a wolf.
That one did confuse me too.
Yeah. It came back number one, it came back as a wolf, and number two, it didn't like he was already back in the world. Like if he knew Steve sent, why couldn't he just find it earlier?
Yeah.
You know? Like that's his
my favorite character, I loved Jason Momoa's character.
Jason Momoa was so good.
I did not really like the main kid. He just wasn't my favorite.
You didn't like him?
He felt very, very flat. He felt like a very, very flat character. Like he was the typical nerdy kid who gets bullied at school and then ends up being the coolest kid. It was that same thing that they do in every single one of those kinds of movies. Mm-hmm. And it's just that dynamic does kind of get old, and he just wasn't my favorite character. His sister also wasn't my favorite character. She was also
So
she was also a very flat character.
I didn't. So when she first came on screen, I thought she was just like 16, not grown.
Really?
Because they were like pushing her to be like 20, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And she doesn't look like it.
Yeah. And then the whatever her the older lady, the zookeeper, I forgot her name, but I liked her. She was a pretty cool character.
I like her. I watched her in Peacemaker, and I like that she was able to like do a film.
Yeah. I do have a couple critiques of the movie.
okay.
Solely,
This is valid.
It's very stingy when it comes to some of the accuracy to the game. So there's just a couple scenes. So starting off, whenever Steve goes into the overworld, one of the first things he does is the houses. This isn't technically incorrect, but it's very, very, very unlikely. He has the pink house, which is made out of solely pink wool. Means he kills a lot of pink sheep, which is one of the rarest things in the game to find. I think there's like a 0.5% chance of a sheep generation being pink.
He never said that he killed a bunch of pink sheep for it. He could have dyed the wool with.
Yeah, you're right. And then
I'll mark that one. I won't count that one.
And then there is one scene. This is technically very inaccurate to the actual video game
Is it the
itself.
creeper one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm very stingy when it comes to this stuff because I grew up on this game.
Okay, no, you've talked about this several times. I'm like, okay, yeah. But
So,
he feels very strongly about this.
So before that, whenever everybody's in the overworld getting chased, there's a lot of creatures that spawn, which are skeletons on top of spiders. That is very, 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 very rare to find in the game. And at the start of the movie, that is all you see. There's not just a single just skeleton, not a single just spider. There's spider and skeletons generated on top of each other, which is a very rare occurrence. So you're telling me this, whatever overworld they happened to find was just this 1 out of a trillion lucky chance of an overworld. No. And then whenever the one kid builds the tower and they all hide in it, Steve or Jason Momoa, it was Jason Momoa, runs into the tower and they build blocks behind them and the creeper blows up anyway. In the game, a creeper is only able to blow up if it sees you, and when you are behind a block of dirt that it cannot see you through, technically it's not physically possible that creeper can explode. Mm-hmm. That's a stupid little critique, but it's inaccurate to the movie itself.
The critique I have was the one where they did the flying iron golem. Mm-hmm. Unless it's been a long time since I've played, but that's not a thing.
Yeah. That one's
unless they have mods in the Minecraft.
One thing I did really like about it is they play with the whole piglins at the end in fight scene. At the very end, all the characters, there's a way you can make iron golems, which are like peacekeepers until you attack them, which protect villagers. And if you get 3 iron blocks or 4 iron blocks, do 1, 2, and then 2 on the sides of the top one, and then a pumpkin head on top, like a jack-o'-lantern. It creates an iron golem. So they make an army of these things. And all the piglin armies like, ha ha, they won't fight back unless provoked. And of course, it being a kid's comedy, one little piglin shoots a tiny little arrow and sets off the whole thing. Which I do like that they played into the fact that it can't fight until you fight it or do something against it. I like that they played into that. I thought the Elytra scene was really funny between
when she was like, come back, I have to tell you something.
Yeah. I like the stabbing scene was pretty funny. The Elytra scene with Jason Momoa and Jack Black was really, really funny. This may be a weird critique, but I think I kind of find it funny. Something you saw in a movie like Shrek, where it was made an animated movie that was for kids that adults can watch and find their own humor.
Oh yeah,
and there was a little bit of
kind of a couple of adult jokes.
Yeah, and a little sexual undertones in the Elytra scene when Jack Black and Jason Momoa are switching positions, and they end up in a couple not very family friendly positions. But
I thought it was just more funny, and the kids found it funny. The one that I was talking about was the salty sacks.
Yeah, there was just a couple of those jokes, but I have no issue with them. I just think that those are just that's one thing about the movie that did very much surprise me.
What do you call it? If you haven't seen the Minecraft movie, I think you should watch it. And it's already outdoing, okay, so out of video game movies, it's already outdone Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know if it's outdone Super Mario. It already outdid.
Already in the first weekend.
All right. Well, it outdid those two. I don't think I mean, Barbie wasn't a video game. I don't know if it's in that. But, like, with that being said, like, if you're just looking for, like, a fun movie to watch, I'd probably recommend Minecraft. And, like, if I could, I probably would watch it again because that's how much of a fun movie it was.
You don't go into this movie, like, if you are a movie critic trying to criticize the movie. Like, I'm the kind of person, I love watching movies like Good Will Hunting. We just watched Beautiful Boy. Those kind of movies. Those are some of my favorite movies. Besides Cars. That's my favorite movie of all time. But I love those kind of movies. You don't go into the Minecraft movie expecting that. You go into it expecting a kid's comedy. If you go in with that light, you go in expecting to have fun, you will enjoy the movie. Like, go see it with your friends. If you're a group of teenagers, I will say one big issue is, it wasn't as big of an issue in our theater, is I've seen plenty of TikToks and plenty of critiques of teenagers going into those kind of movies and, like, just absolutely wrecking the theaters, throwing popcorn everywhere.
Don't do that.
I saw a video of a guy tackling one of the employees just because. Don't do it like that. Personally, I think it's funny. It's technically not movie theater etiquette to, like, whenever, like, something funny happens, like, and, like, just kind of over exaggerate just to make the movie more fun, like the chicken jockey scene or the
lava chicken.
The lava chicken.
I can't believe we haven't talked about that. We were in the car coming home from, was it church?
I believe so.
We were coming home from church or somewhere, and he's just playing la 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 lava chicken, and he was just, like, not stopping. Oh my god. La 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 lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell.
It's like I wasn't expecting.
I was expecting musical numbers,
but they were funny too. Like they were actually pretty good. Fun fact: a couple of the songs, Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters and Nirvana did the drums on a couple of the songs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's the whole band, but I know Dave Grohl did drums for a couple of the songs.
That's crazy.
So I think that's even, like, that even plays more into, like, the movie insists on itself, just how funny it is. Like, you cannot tell me you write this on paper of Jack Black, Jason Momoa in a 3D animated world where they fight some piglin witch with musical numbers where Dave Grohl drums on them. This quite literally sounds like a
ChatGPT couldn't do that, guys.
This sounds like a fanfic some 13-year-old made who's, like, into Foo Fighters and Minecraft. There's no way that a sensible human being came up with this movie. And that's what I love about it. It's so unserious that you have to take it serious. It's like,
it was so good. I loved it.
Like she said, if you want to go see a fun movie with your family or just with your friends, you have, like, some time with your friends that go see this movie. I know people who have seen this movie like 4 times
already.
And what's his name has already seen it like 4 times.
I figured.
Yeah. 4 times already. And, like, they still enjoy it every time because that's how good this movie is. It's not like some critically acclaimed movie. It's not going to be in the top 100 movies of all time.
No.
But it's still a fun movie to watch. There's been too many movies as of late, like I said earlier, that are trying to play into some role or fit into some society issue, but nobody tries to fit in just fun movies. And, like, I've seen a lot of movies recently by companies who will not be named, that just aren't good anymore and are kind of boring to watch.
Trigger warning. The views and opinions expressed by Boyfriend Know-It-All are not those of Mr. Know-It-All or the Know-It-All Nation as a community. Disgruntled subscribers should take heart. Mr. Know-It-All is in fact reconsidering allowing this boy to date Baby Know-It-All now or in the future.
And, like, they have jokes that they try to put out there and they're just not good jokes. They don't land. But then you have stupid jokes like Chicken Jockey that get an entire theater up and laughing. It's just... That's what I really like about this movie. It's a fun, easy coast through watch. I would watch this movie over and over again, and I wouldn't care. Like, I'm not personally a movie critic. I know Mr. Know-It-All does do, like, psychoanalyzings of different kind of movies.
Yeah.
But I go into movies expecting to have an enjoyable experience, and that's what I got out of this. I know critical scores. I think I saw I think it was like a 28 on Rotten Tomatoes for
What? Should we look it up? Please hold.
3 hours later.
It's a 48 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. And I was looking, well, she just looked it up. Critical score on Rotten Tomatoes was like a 48%. And the audience score, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like an 85 to a
88.
An 88, yeah. A high 80, which means I've stopped taking critics reviews.
Never trust Rotten Tomatoes.
No.
Just never trust Rotten
Because
Tomatoes.
they don't go into it expecting what it's going to be, which you always need to trust the audience score.
Don't listen to what anybody says. Just go see it. If you want your brain to rot, go see it. If you just want to have a good time, go see it.
And I've met a couple people, I've known them. I've talked to a couple people, and they were like, they weren't expecting to go see the movie. They're like, I had no interest in seeing the movie.
Yeah.
And then when they heard me talk about it and a couple other things, and they see videos about it, they're gonna go see it now because of just the hype around it. And sure, this movie may be hype for now, and then it probably will die off in a couple weeks. But even after it's not hyped, go see it.
Yeah, for me personally, I think what the movie did for me, it I don't know, I joke, but I'm it healed a piece of my inner child. I just it's so nice seeing something that I appreciated so much as a kid. It's just now on screen. And it was just so much, it was so much fun. I had a great time. I think, okay, so I could ask Mr. Know-It-All about this, but I mean, I know D&D isn't a video game, but D&D tanked, didn't do well. So I personally want to know why this silly movie did well and not a serious, D&D game didn't do good, you know?
Well, I think one is because the Minecraft as a whole has such a giant audience.
Base, yeah.
It can reach anywhere from young kids just starting to play the game all the way to adults who played the game when it first came out, or even parents who play the game with their kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It has such a wide-based audience, so I feel like that's one thing that played into it. D&D doesn't really have that because most D&D players are either young teenagers or young adults. That's probably the average age demographic for a D&D player. And D&D isn't really a plot or story because it's you make the story as you go. But Minecraft, it kind of, obviously you can do whatever you want in Minecraft, but there is a set kind of laws, almost laws of creation in Minecraft in itself.
Yeah.
D&D doesn't have that. And it just, I personally just don't think it had the big enough audience. Because even in the Minecraft movie, it had, for me, you were talking about how it kind of unlocked your inner child almost. For me, it paid homage to a bunch of people I grew up watching.
Yeah.
Dan TDM was in was one of the auctioneers in one of that scenes.
Okay.
There's a couple other.
I like what they did with I always forget his name and I feel so bad. He's the guy he's the pig with the crown.
Technoblade.
Technoblade. I like how they played homage to him.
Yeah, Technoblade was a YouTuber, part of this big group called the Dream SMP, roughly around COVID. And he died. I can't remember what kind of cancer it was, but he died of cancer recently. And I'm very happy that they put that into the movie. Actually, that would not have been in the movie. Now that I just realized, the main kid mentioned it to the directors. And,
I saw that tweet.
The director got it put in. And what I really liked about the whole scene was Steve was it's is that the king? When he saw the crown on the pig, he's like, no, but he's a legend. I think that was pretty cool.
Period.
And I think even it played into, there's an old meme from a long time ago that still kind of goes on about this character Herobrine, which is evil Steve. There was a little scene with him in it too. I think it's just so cool how they played into my childhood and still had,
there was so much
still opened the floor to new childhoods.
Yeah.
And because I grew up watching YouTubers like Preston Plays, Dan TDM, other YouTubers who don't have the best rep anymore.
We won't talk about them.
Yeah.
Did we give a rating by this point?
No, I don't think so.
We were told technically not to do a rating. We want to do a rating because that's just kind of how we do things. And we're gonna give 2 ratings. We're gonna do like a critic rating and like our genuine rating. The reason why we're doing that is because, like we were talking earlier, like Minecraft isn't a serious movie. So if we're gonna rate it as like a film, but like how we're actually gonna rate the movie. So film rating as a critic, we're not critics. I would give it maybe like a 5.
Yeah.
But in enjoyable, as in like someone who like loved the movie, 8.5 because it's a fun movie. Like you didn't like it was just fun. There was no reason to not like it.
I'd probably in the same boat. Critical standpoint from somebody who does like movies, like Good Will Hunting and that kind of stuff. From a critical standpoint, it's not that good of a critical movie, so probably roughly what you said, 4 or 5. But
6, 7. Jumps right. I had to.
I even mentioned 6 or 7.
I
That's
know,
the
I know,
issue,
I
you
know.
But from a funny, like I love the movie standpoint, I gotta give it almost a 9. Like
It was so good.
it showed me a lot of my childhood coming back. With and fun fact, one of the creators of the movie or the video game, obviously, was the waiter who served
the woman or the man?
the man.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else.
Oh, we never talked about the very, very opening. One cool thing before we wrap it up is I really liked at the very beginning of the movie that they almost made it look like you're generating a Minecraft world by adding what happened when you load into the game. Is it has like the very beginning of a
I'll give it to them.
That was pretty creative on that.
That was super cool. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good movie. I liked it. Also, I don't know if I showed this off. We'll see if I should not. We got a gold. It's not an ingot. We got a gold cube. It was so cool. It was one of the collectible. See, look, Colin, wait. Focus.
There's a Minecraft symbol on it.
Oh, no way. See? Shout out.
Right here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh. Sorry. I really like it. Anyways, oh, before we end it, shout out to our Sunday school teacher. He really wanted us to do this review. He's not the reason why we did this review, but we're gonna shout him out anyway.
My favorite 30-year-old.
Our favorite 30-year-old. I hope he appreciates that. But if there's nothing else, do you have anything else? All right, so with that being said, we gonna close out. Watch the Minecraft movie. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. All right, sorry, I'll stop now. Never forget.
Everyone loves a know-it-all.
No, you gotta add more emphasis on that. Let's do it again. Ready? Never forget.
Everyone loves a know-it-all.
3rd time's a charm. Never forget.
Everyone loves a know-it-all.
I'll tell you that. Bye, guys. Thanks for doing it with me. Oh, but that was really bad. There you go.